Hey Hofstra fans, and welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Mark Prusen joined as always by the head coach of the Hofstra volleyball team, Kristina Hernandez. Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thanks for having me.
A rough first half of this four-match road swing. How would you sum it up?
Pretty disappointed with what we did this weekend. Overall, it was, we were pretty inconsistent with what we were doing offensively. Friday, JMU played really well. It's probably the best that they have hit most of the year, and things were just really clicking for them. So that meant that we needed to play better. We hit well in the first two sets. We needed to be better at very crucial moments, I think. And then in the third set, I think we just probably didn't push as hard as we needed to, and the frustration kind of got to us a little bit.
Three-match sweep against three-set sweep to James Madison to start off. The road trip, Kelsey Wills, Nuria Lopez da Silva, and Emily Burke each had 10 or more kills in that match. So can you talk about the combination of those three and what they can do for your offense?
They're important for us. We need them to play well, but also consistently, and make sure that they're not costing us points and earning us points. I think you cancel each other out. So they were important. Giovanna did well in the first two sets. We needed that to carry on in the third sets. Again, just consistency with what we're doing, maintaining for whole sets was not something that we saw for that entire match.
And then a four-set loss to William and Mary. Very rare Kelsey Wills with a negative attack percentage. Can you talk about what you saw from Kelsey in that match?
She had probably a little bit of a rough time on Friday, and I think that transferred into her mentality on Saturday. And we haven't seen that from her, and she wasn't doing very much, and she got a little bit passive with what she was doing, and you could tell, and it just became a little bit more difficult for us to really get ahead in those sets. And again, it's one thing if we're not scoring points, but it's another if we're scoring and then equally losing points off of our errors. It kind of counterbalances. So just a rough weekend overall.
In the match against the Tribe, Emily Burke did have a team high in kills, one of her strongest offensive outputs of the season. Now, I know you didn't have the combination of Wills and Burke both at the top of their game in that match, but tell me the importance of Burke, especially going down the stretch, and how those matches need to become much more consistent.
It's good. She had a rough time on Friday. It was not rough time, but it was a little bit average, and she was pretty confident on Saturday, and yesterday you could tell that really kind of washed over, and not washed over, but kind of carried over, and she's working really hard, and hopefully that continues. We need everybody to be consistent, but again, I think that the games that we've been able to win very easily is when both Kelsey and Emily are both playing well and balancing out our offense. So we really just need to get them on the same page and make sure that they're both consistent.
At 500 in the CAA, at 5-5, just two more matches in this road trip. It'll be the second go-around with UNCW and then a second go-around with the College of Charleston. So what are the things that you do in practice today? How do you keep the consistency that you've had at home carry over onto the road for these final two matches?
It's really putting pressure on everybody to be consistent offensively and doing things with balls that we're not so great at, or just keeping the ball in play on our end. Our blocking was pretty sloppy this weekend. I wasn't really happy with it. It's one of our strong points, and I think we're just kind of flying all over and not watching our hitters. So really just kind of reiterating things, reaffirming, going back to the basics of what we've been doing really well, and trying to work on some details here and there.
It is your second go-around with the College of Charleston. They're undefeated in conference right now. Hofstra's the only team that's taken them to 5 sets. So what is the key to repeating that, what we saw here in Hempstead, taking that down to Charleston?
That match, I think we had 4 hitters in double digits, if I recall. So again, it's making sure all of our hitters are contributing. I believe we did a good job in that match of blocking and serving really tough, so we need to do those things. And the thing that I really took away from that match is our defense in the left back and right back were lacking at that time. I think they've improved tremendously since then, so hopefully we can kind of put those all together and really, I think that game was separated by 8 or 9 points, and at the end of the day, if we can get 6 or 7 more digs, that's really going to help us. So hopefully we can bring that into the match.
All right, head coach of the Hofstra volleyball team, Kristina Hernandez, thanks so much for the time.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, fans, for tuning in right here on GoHofstra.com.